the defendant was traveling 51 miles per hour when he left Canyon Road. Now, you know that the speed limit on Canyon Road is 35 miles per hour.
Yes, ma'am.
So, doing a little math here, Mr. Roman, you'd agree with me that 35 out of 51, that's 16 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Yes.
So, when the defendant left Canyon Road, he was going 16 miles an hour over the posted speed limit.
Yes.
And like you told us a minute ago, it was raining that night.
Yes.
It was raining pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Mr. Roman, we've got a court reporter here. He just needs a verbal answer.
All right, yes.
Thank you. Now, in addition to it raining pretty hard, Canyon Road's, it's pretty dark.
Yes, there are no streetlights.
There are no street lights. So the defendant was going 16 miles an hour over the speed limit in the dark, in the rain.
Yes, ma'am.
On a curvy road, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you claim that when he was traveling 16 miles an hour over the speed limit around this curve in the dark, in the rain, that's when an animal popped out?
Yes, ma'am.
And you told us that it might be a deer, right?
A deer is what Mr. Dawson thinks it is. It actually has no bearing of what it actually was. The movement that the car actually had was consistent with an animal appearing in the road, and that a driver took evasive maneuvers to avoid it.
Well, to be fair, Mr. Roman, there are a lot of possibilities for why the defendant swerved.
Yes, but I actually took a class about this. If you want to, you can read my curriculum vitae. I took a class over like nighttime maneuvers that a car can make, and from my class and from my experience and working for the shop for over 7 years, is that I came to the conclusion that there was an object that came into the middle of the road, and that the driver had taken evasive maneuvers.
I'm sorry, Mr. Roman, maybe my question was a little unclear. I'm just asking you if there are a lot of possibilities for why the defendant swerved that night, and there are.
It's possible, not probable.
Mr. Roman, you can't tell us conclusively whether or not there was a deer or any animal in the road that night.
No, I can't. It is a very strong chance that there was.
Mr. Roman, you weren't at the scene of the accident.
No, I was sleeping in my bed that night.
Mr. Roman, you've spoken to the defendant, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You've, in fact, read the affidavit you prepared for this case.
Yes, ma'am.
So you know that when the defendant was speeding around a curve at 16 miles an hour, over the speed limit in the dark and in the rain, he did that after he had been drinking.
Yes.
Pass the witness.
No. May I witness that?
Yours, please. The defense calls on to admit it to the stand.